From Fred Phelps to the Kinsey Six. The best of the best from Central Kansas and beyond. We do it all. We are KJAG Radio and the Jiggy Jaguar Radio Show. Log on to JiggyJaguar.com and KJAGRadio.com for more.
Back here on KJAGRadio.com, I'm Jiggy Jag, Jigman Freud, out here in Buhler, Kansas, of all places. And we're going to go talk to Jimmy Fortune, one of the infamous Statler Brothers. And we will chat with him here at the Old Mill Theater, the historic Old Mill Theater in downtown Buhler, here on KJAGRadio.com. Good, doesn't it?
Seems to work. Well, Jimmy, give me, did you think growing up in, well, you're Livingston, but Williamsburg, Virginia, you would have done all the things you've done, my friend? Because this is...
No, I don't guess anybody ever figures that anything's going to happen with their life sometime. But yeah, I was born in Williamsburg, Virginia, and I was raised up in a place called Nelson County, a little town called Livingston there in Virginia, right in central Virginia, which was, if I ask everybody, if you've ever been to Walton's Mountain in Virginia, you pretty much you went where I grew up. And if you ever saw the TV show, you saw exactly how I grew up.
Wow.
But it was
John Boy and everything.
Yeah, well, it was 9 of us kids. It was 9 of us kids, and a lot of similarities with the Waltons, you know.
Yeah.
And I know Earl Hamner, who wrote the Waltons and everything. Got to know him over the years, and he become a great friend. And talked to him about growing up. He wrote that about his life, pretty much, in his family, which that took place about 30 years before me, but still it was the same kind of growing up that I did. I mean, it was exactly like that with the 9 kids. We lived in a very rural area, about 10 miles from where the Waltons actually grew up, or the Hamners. It's used that as a fictitious name, but great childhood. But you know, I always loved music, and I was all my family sang, all the kids and everybody. My mother and father, not professionally, but we would do it as a hobby, and everybody kind of square dances on the weekends, churches on Sunday. And I just grew up around all that music and everything and singing. I just thought everybody could sing. I thought you had to eat, you had to sing too.
That's cool. Now, 21 years with the Statler Brothers, what the heck was that like?
Well, that was like a dream come true. I mean, I couldn't have asked for, you know, any nicer people that really, I mean, let's face it, I mean, they were icons really and legends in country music. And for me to be playing in bars and stuff and everywhere I could around back in Virginia, I was playing, you know, like Elks Lodges, Moose Lodges.
Bingo halls.
Yeah, Sheridan Inns, Holiday Inns, Ramada Inns, all over Virginia. Yeah. And I just loved playing music and singing, and I never really knew anything would happen. But I remember going back home, it was Thanksgiving 1981. I had been on the road. I was working 2 jobs during the day, and I'd been singing like 6 days a week, sometimes 7, for quite a few years. And I'd gotten myself pretty wore down. I was anemic, and I went home for Thanksgiving 1981, and my mother was real worried about me. And I have no idea why she did this, or why I even did it, why I said it. But she said, "Jimmy, you look bad. You know, you need to really take care of yourself." And I don't know. I just said it. I just said, "Mom, I feel like something really good is going to happen to me. I don't know what it is, but something really good is going to happen." Yeah. And she walked over to me and put her hands on my shoulders and sang that song, "It is no secret what God can do. What He's done for others, He'll do for you." And she sang that, and I cried. And I mean, I still think about it today. My mother's passed away now, but we had a moment there in between her and I that it was a special moment. And I miss her to this day, but I'll never forget that we shared that day. And then right around after Christmas, 1981, I got a call from the Statler Brothers to come and audition for them because Lou DeWitt was there. Yeah. He had Crohn's disease. He sang a tenor for the Statlers before I came, and I wrote "Flowers on the Wall." He was a great writer, great singer. he was suffering from that, needed surgery, so they called me up to come over and audition and to fill in for just a temporary.
Yeah, just temporary fill-in that lasted
Yeah, and so
21 years.
So after about 6 months, he had the surgery and everything, and he decided that he didn't think he could come back and do it anymore. So he asked me if I'd do it full time.
That's cool.
And it turned into a 21-year career for me. And I told the guys, no matter what, I would stay until they decided not to do it anymore. And they decided that in 2002.
Yep.
In October the 26th was the last date in Salem, Virginia.
Yeah.
And that 21 years literally went by in a snap of a finger. I mean, they say time flies when you're having fun. Well, I must have been having a lot of fun.
It flew right on by, brother.
By. But when they retired, I decided that, I was wondering what I was going to do. And I knew I still loved music, and I still loved to play music. And I knew that I would never find 3 other guys to be on the road with that would treat me like they did, and we'd get along like that in a million years. And I just never put together another group. I just decided to go back and pick up where I left off before I was with the Statler Brothers. So I kind of picked up my old dream and started dreaming that. And
well, you've been on an extensive performance schedule, United States, Canada. You're all over the damn place.
Yeah, it's been a really busy year the last couple of years, but I'm not gonna say it's been easy. It hadn't been easy, but it's really starting to pay off, and I'm getting to go out and be with these people on this, coming to do these small theaters and all across the country in Canada, and I actually get to get out with the people and talk with them, share their stories, share my stories with them. And it's just a camaraderie with the fans that I never had before. Yeah. Although we were close with our fans, but there was so many thousands and thousands every time we played. It just wasn't enough time to really get to know everybody. Well, now I'm kind of getting to know everybody.
Now you're able to kind of go out and chat.
And hear stories and the fans have followed me along the way, and these fans are getting to come out and share with me about shows that they came to. You remember this show? Do you remember that show? And of course, I can't remember all of them.
Yeah.
A lot of faces I do remember, So, and now the kids that came to hear the Statlers with their mothers and fathers are coming out to hear me now. So it's, wow, it's
a cool deal.
God's really been good to me in my career. I couldn't ask for any more.
Now, you've sung background and wrote some songs for a number of Nashville projects. How has that been? Has that been a fun experience for you?
Yeah, I love doing it. I just recently sang on Trace Adkins' new record, which I enjoyed very much. I mean, he's such a great singer and does a lot of great charity work across the country, around the world, actually. And I've enjoyed becoming friends with him and a guy named Kenny Beard, which is his producer. Yeah. Also produced my latest record, Windows, and so we kind of got to know each other through that, and Kenny kind of got us together and everything, and it gets me on some other people's projects as well. And I just have people calling all the time wanting me to do something, and I try to do everything I can, Yeah. I can't do it all, but Daly and Vincent, there's a group called Daly and Vincent, Jamie Daly and Darren Vincent, which Jamie Daly was with Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver for quite a number of years. Him and Darren Vincent, which was with Ricky Skaggs for about 10 years, I think. He's Rhonda Vincent's brother. They put together a group, and it's been just tearing up the bluegrass world. I've won every award there is to win, except for female vocalist. And I think they're working on that. But I've kind of teamed up with them on some shows, and matter of fact, we're due to do a show in Cookeville, Tennessee on February the 4th.
That's cool.
And so it'll be a quartet type thing. We're going back and doing quartet stuff, a few Statler things, but we'll also do some Oak Ridge Boys. We'll also do some Alabama. Yeah. We'll do some, go back and do some old country classics and do them quartet style type thing. And then also we'll hear some new things as well. But we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a hoot.
Now, 2009 Windows was released.
Mm-hmm.
The reception for that was great. Everybody just still talking about it, and people love the album. What was some of the good, more positive feedback you got? Reviews? Any people in the industry that you knew at the time?
Well,
that
just about
listened to it and was like, "Hey,
Yeah. Everybody that's had one has come back and said, "Man, what a great project," that it was, and it was a heartfelt project because I felt like the first one was the solo album was When One Door Closes. So I think people thought I was building a house or something because now this one's called Windows. But then I had I Believe, which was a gospel album, and then I had a Christmas album called Feels Like Christmas, which is done really well, and this one Windows, which I just felt like it was like windows in our lives that are sometimes they're open and sometimes they're closed, but the ones that are really open that you can really see through and see into the future, you take advantage of those times that those windows open. And these are songs that, like for instance, there's a song on there called Crying, which is a Roy Orbison song, and one that he had a big hit on. And not that I can sing anything like Roy Orbison, but the reason it's on there is because it was a song that I sang when Lou DeWitt heard me singing in a ski resort in Virginia. So it was a window. That song was part of a window. That was something that was open in my life that I used as a tool to really get someone's attention to say, hey, I can sing. So if somebody listen to me and hear me, then maybe I'll get a break somewhere along the way. And that happened. So I thought that song needed to be on there as well.
To be on there.
And and then there's a song called Windows on there, which I did not write, but it was a song actually Kenny Beard wrote. Kenny Beard, Casey Beathard wrote that song, and I heard it, and it was one of those songs you listen to and say, I wish I'd written that, because it's so well written. And I thought it just really fit, and so I said, that's going to be the title of my album. I'm putting that song on there. And then all the other songs kind of fit around it. Everything else, besides those two, I either wrote or co-wrote on the album.
Now, 2003, 2004, you had some pretty big singles. In God We Trust, What Money Can't Buy, Elizabeth. Tell me about those.
Well, of course, Elizabeth it's just a mainstay with me because of it being such a big hit back when I was with the Statler Brothers.
Yeah.
And that song, even today, still, it just was nominated for a Grammy back in middle of the year, sometime around July or something like that, whenever the Grammys were. And it was up against Lady Antebellum, Zach Brown Band, and it was with the group Daly and Vincent recorded it. And the song did really well. It continues to amaze me right today. But In God We Trust, that was just something that I thought, with everything that's going on in the world today, and I'm not a preacher or anything like that, but I feel like there are things that we need to remember and never forget. What our country was founded on and built on. It was built on honesty. It was built on morals and having morals and on a godly basis. And our forefathers thought enough of those four words to keep them, kind of prevalent in everything that we do and say in our rules and our laws. And I just thought, well, I needed to write a song called In God We Trust. And there's men and women who have fought and died for those words. They're important. And so I hope that we never forget that. And I know some people get tired of hearing that, preach to them, preach. But, I don't think, I didn't mean it in a preaching way. I just meant it in a remindful way.
Yeah.
And that we never forget,
That's cool.
And there's been, songs that these things just happen that I can't even explain. I know that having the platform from the Statler Brothers was a great platform to build off of. But when it comes down to it, I've looked back through the years and I didn't set out to go out and become some great big star or nothing like that. I just set out to go out and do my music. Yeah. And to go out and say, there's some people out there that still want to hear me sing, and they still want to come and hear the stories. They still want to be in touch, and this is I'm kind of like being that person that kind of keeps them in touch with the past, also brings them in touch to the future, to what's going on with me, because I'm still learning. I'm learning so much. It's amazing. I take a lot of these young kids along with me. Matter of fact, I have a couple of kids with me here tonight as we're playing the Old Mill Theater here in Buhler, Kansas. I have Sydney Perry, which she used to be with, she's only 19, just turned 19 years old, sings like an angel, plays the fiddle. She sang on the road with Patty Loveless for the last couple of years.
Wow.
She's a great singer. She's going to be a star in her own right. And I try to pick these kids up out of Nashville, bring them out here with me. Not necessarily kids sometimes. Sometimes they're older guys that are just have been out there doing it, that are just icons and legends. I get them out on the road with me. And these people, to me, are going to become stars one day and who have extraordinary talent. The other guy is a guy named Justin David. He's been on the road for a few years with Roy Clark, been out with him, but he's a world-class mandolin player, fiddle player, guitar player, singer, songwriter. Yeah. He was one of the finalists on Nashville Star. And these kids are, to me, they are the future of country music. So I try to bring these people out with me, so when you come see me, you don't just see Jimmy Fortune of the Statler Brothers, the singing tenor. You see that, but then you see where I'm at now. Then you also see where I'm going, but you'll also see my past, and then you'll see the future of country music, because I try to always bring someone out with me that's cool. Either a little bit cutting edge, getting ready to break into the business or whatever, because some of the people that I've had with me, have gone on to do some really big things. Yeah. So.
Now, being here at Buhler with the Old Mill Theater, and it's Christmas and everything, 2007 feels like Christmas. How important is that album basically selling for you around this time? People are.
I've always heard, and this was true with the Statlers. I remember hearing them say that Christmas albums always sell. Yeah. They always sell year round, and especially Christmas. I mean, they're going to buy them every year. And the songs seem to be timeless because the songs are so well done and well written. There's only like one new song on that CD, but. Because everything to me is so good, so well done, well written, the older Christmas songs, and they make you really feel like Christmas. Yeah. And that CD has done so well for me. I did a live DVD, a live concert DVD CD of those songs as well. Went back home to Nelson County, Virginia, and shot a live DVD there. And I have a live CD of a Christmas album too. People just love Christmas, love the feeling of Christmas. And I said before, coming out here to Buhler, Kansas, and Luane and Donna Bartley own the Old Mill Theater. Yeah. And they have been so kind to us. They love Kansas. They love this town, Buhler, Kansas, and the people here. And it shows because these people pour out from everywhere around. We have people come from all over. We had a federal judge come from all the way from Alabama last night. Came here last night. So, and federal judge from Judge Martin from Wichita came in last night. He came and he's a big fan. They brought about 10, 15 people with them. It was just so awesome. Wow. And but the love that went into this place. This is a cool
everybody
would love to have this in their town.
Yeah.
The fact that somebody went to the trouble and the hard work of providing something like this for a town, it's something to be said for them. And it'd be like my 4th year here. Yeah. I've been coming back every year, and it's like it wouldn't be Christmas without coming here to Kansas, to the Old Mill Theater, and seeing my friends that are here. And I call them my friends because it's like an intimate type thing, and we all just mix and mingle. It's a family get together like feeling, and these people come and they're here to celebrate Christmas and hear some music and eat some good food. And they do it well there, I'll tell you that. They really do.
Now, when you started and then getting with the Statler Brothers and everything, now that all the musicians are using social networking, Facebook, Twitter, all these things, and a lot of these artists, such as yourself, are on these sites, what do you think of Facebook and Twitter and all the social networking? And
well, I know it's a busy age. I think you have to. It is a great tool for people like me. Yeah. Because when the Statlers retired back in 2002, I was thinking about having to do it the old way, the old-fashioned way, and if that was the case, it was going to be really tough. Yeah. And of course, the economy took a big dive, back a few years ago, but with the groundwork we laid, we were managed to breeze through that fine, make it, everything was fine because of the internet thing just took off and started booming, and people started, getting on there and seeing your website, and then the word spreads, of course, by mouth first of all, but then they get on that computer, man, and they have people talking just everywhere, and all of a sudden there's these little fires going all across the United States. There's not one great big huge fire, but it's little fires everywhere that make up for the difference. And so I'm starting to work all over the United States, and then I'm into Canada now, and all sold out shows up there last year.
You're going back up there in a couple of weeks?
Well, next week, as a matter of fact. And I mean, it really worked for me. And I would have had, if you'd sit back and asked me in 2002 what it was going to take, and I would have said, well, it's going to take me getting to these radio stations. It's going to take me going out there and hitting every one of them and getting me a project, getting a record label that believes in me enough to, and let's face it, you're 50 years old. Nobody's going to, take on a 50-year-old that, that the teenagers don't just go wild over anymore, that kind of thing. So I knew that, and I knew it was going to be hard, but I had no idea, that God had a way of doing it that I had no idea would happen, but it did. I mean, it all just came together. My wife is really, really good at, getting on that computer, running that website, keeping it up to date, and getting on the phones, talking to people, contacting people, answering emails, and just she's done it all because I had a record label with Koch Records, which was Audium, and that label went down. And right after they signed me and Dwight Yoakam, and when they signed Dwight Yoakam, they like the next week they said they were going out, and he got really upset about it. But and I kind of got upset about it, but I just felt like, well, maybe it's just not meant to be, But they still have my product, though. They still do my product and everything, but they just don't push anything.
Yeah.
And they do make it available in some stores and things like that, but not a lot. Then I was on a record label with a group called Songgarden for my gospel album. Yeah. And it is a kind of an independent. It's an independent, very independent label, and it just got to a certain point where, to me, the labels it wasn't going to work for me on a label. Yeah. And I got to thinking, and all of a sudden people are driving to my website, and I said, well, why do I want to do that? They're coming to my website, first of all. Why don't I just start doing it myself? I'll own the product. I'll own it all, and then I won't have to go through all I have to go through to do it.
Go through all the mess.
So I started my own label and everything, and it's just me on it. I've thought about it from time to time, taking some other artists on, but I really don't have time to do it with running my career to try to run somebody else's. At some point, maybe I may do that, at some point. Maybe if I'm not on the road, if I slow down in the next 3 or 4 years or whatever. But I will always continue to come out here and work, I think. I won't, until I can't sing anymore, I'll keep doing it, I promise you.
Oh, that's cool. Well, let's wrap up here with, if you want to do like 1 or 2 acoustic tunes for us here real quick.
All right, I'd be glad to. Okay, you want something Christmassy?
Yeah, we got time. Go ahead and give me something Christmassy, my friend.
It's a song I wrote for the Statler years ago. We'll have a Christmas country style. You can hear us singing 4 country miles. Take your coat off and stay a little while. We'll have a Christmas country style. Light the candles on the mantelpiece. Put another log on the fire. Just like we did last year at Christmas Eve. We'll have a Christmas country style. We'll have a Christmas country style. You can hear us singing 4 country miles. Take your coat off and stay a little while. We'll have a Christmas country style. Come on in and stay a little while. We'll have a Christmas country style.
Cool stuff. Well,
That'll
thank
put
you,
you
sir.
in the country, in the Christmas mood there. Now, let's see here. I better do a little bit of this one right here, I guess. Oh, Elizabeth, I long to see your pretty face. I long to touch your lips. I long to feel your warm embrace. Don't know if I can ever live my life without you. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm sure missing you. I remember when we shared a life together, and you gave me strength and love, a life that felt brand new. But you're so far away, I have to say I'm feeling blue. And oh, Elizabeth, I'm sure missing you. Oh, Elizabeth, I long to see your pretty face. I long to touch your lips. I long to feel your warm embrace. Don't know if I can ever live my life without you. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm sure missing you. Oh, Elizabeth.
Wow.
That's a song kind of got it all started right there.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for doing this, my friend.
Glad to do it, buddy.
And
Why this thing
the
won't
website is jimmyfortune.com.
www.jimmyfortune.com, and get on there and check it out, where we're going to be in the future, where we've already been, and there's a lot of stuff on there. But I just appreciate everybody coming out to see me through the years, and the people that are going to continue to come. So thank you. As long as you'll continue to come, Jimmy Fortune will be here. I promise you that.
I appreciate it, sir.
Okay.
And the Old Mill Theater here in the great city of Buhler, Kansas. Pick up windows on jimmyfortune.com. I'm Jiggy Jag for kjagradio.com. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.